I was thinking about it for a very long time. But then, I mean, what can be the best time when, elections are announced? I think that's the best time when we are little relaxed, because every time we are on our toes to our political bosses and others. So we thought this is a good time to have this workshop. I mean, talking about skilling, historical perspective of skilling. You guys come from the domains and you understand it much more than I understand it. But talking about from the Indian perspective, after we got independence, the entire focus was on the formal education. And at that point of time, people who were governing this country thought about that formal educations is the key and the critical, for the development of country. And that is why many of the formal institutions were established at that point of time. Industries were really scanty, and if at all they were primarily in the agriculture sector or manufacturing sector. Service sector was the last to take or to start off. And that's very clear from, and even those industries, whatever was there, we could not do the kind of standardization required in skilling to meet the aspirations of those industries at that point of time. So that was another problem of mid-70s and 80s. And that's very clear from the statistics. The workforce, when the developed nations contribute 90% of the workforce, we were contributing 5 to 7% of the workforce. So that's these statistics shows where are we in terms of our skilled workforce across the world, though we have a demographic dividend. Right? Now, most skills actually started in 70s when these industries were going around, they were doing primarily roundabout it. And to meet with that, it was thought that we should have some kind of institutions in place which can produce these workforce. And at that time it was started, and most of the ITIs and the Polytechnic were set up at that point of time. But then by 90, it was very clear that there was a huge gap in the formal training, particularly in the service sector.